I'm a firm believer in Second Call because it stands for Second Chance at Loving Life. I am that second chance. And today, through Second Call, I'm able to love life by being productive and being helpful, and again, being part of the solution rather than being part of the problem.
Second Call's mission is designed to save lives. We help individuals who have been disconnected from society. We help them get into better understanding of themselves so we can help them become better people, and we help them get into careers. I started with Second Call back in 2006. A friend of mine, Kenny Smith, we sat at the table and talked about reducing the violence in the community. The population that we deal with at Second Call are mainly parolees, ex-felons, or given some sort of term or label. We consider them human beings, and we help humanize these individuals.
I did 12 years in prison. So coming out of prison, a friend of mine was taking a Second Call class inside. So she came home and it's like, hey, I need you to take me to this group. Took her to the group. Continued to show up on a weekly basis because it provided a safe space mentally, physically, and emotionally. It worked for me because there were people that have been where I've been and are now trying to be productive members of society. So it was proof for me that the things that I've done in my past do not have to define who I am in the present, and it doesn't have to prevent me from having a great life.
In my youth, I was a drug dealer and a gang member. I was a drug dealer and a gang member, so I peddled that poison in the communities that helped destroy a lot of communities because I thought that was the best way to have the American dream.
I didn't think I could be a carpenter. Everybody that I was looking up to growing up had been in prison, and I felt like that was something I had to do to become a man. I felt like that was a rite of passage.
Yeah, I went into prison thinking I was going to die in prison, so my behavior reflected that.
As I grew up, I was taught if someone hits me, hit them back. If they're bigger than me, pick up something and knock the dog out of them. It led to a history of violence.
Growing up, I grew up in a dysfunctional household. I didn't know anything but that. It was the normal.
Going back to prison, I thought about what a Muslim imam had taught me. He asked me would I die for my daughters, and I said, I'll die for them. And he said, calm down, they want you to live for them. I came up with the concept of second chance at loving life, and this time we will live for the same things that we were once willing to die for. What I do is help people change the direction of their lives and provide resources and help them get employed and become better people.
For mental health services, mobile mental health services in Los Angeles.
We shut an apartment together. Nice to have a doctor waiting, all that.
I work with the intervention team. Feel blessed and happy to be here.
I'm Deontay. I work for Lamert and I work for Metro.
I'm actually a part of Pushing Support, where I help middle school kids with behavior issues have some type of support outside of the school or outside of their family. And what I've learned about working with these kids, sometimes I just want somebody to listen with the intent to understand.
My brother, shot and killed by the police when I was 12. My cousin, killed in a motorcycle accident while another brother in prison. My father, he died when I was 17. Pain, the one thing I realize we can all relate to and understand. As a result of my pain and not knowing how to deal with my unresolved trauma, I served 17 years in prison. I used to be inmate W80854. Now, I am Shanae Polk, the program director at Second Call. Second Call stands for Second Chances at Loving Life, and we hold 9 trauma-informed classes a week throughout Los Angeles. Because our curriculum was developed by an ex-felon and ex-gang member, we are effective in developing and transforming those that society throws away. In our emotionally safe classes, we guide one through childhood, adolescent years, and adulthood, shedding away layers of hurt and pain. Removing this excess baggage allows us to teach how to function beyond dysfunction. Second Call is also the only organization to provide free court-approved classes. Judges are specifically sending people to Second Call's classes instead of jail, and that is allowing us to reconstruct our communities from the inside out. After the mind is healthy, the behavior changes, then we offer union careers to assist in rebuilding Los Angeles. Take Little Man. Released from prison 2013, known gang member, arrested for first-degree murder, assault with a deadly weapon, and carjacking. Now, 68% of prisoners who are let out are rearrested within 3 years of release. Out of the 825 men and women second call served last year, our return rate was 2%. And Little Man was not one of them. He's now known as a taxpayer, a father, and a community member. Me, well, I stand before you today no longer a victim or an offender. I am an advocate, a peacemaker. I am a second chance. So join Second Call in giving second chances at loving life.
Second Call, we always talk about careers, and we always talk about doing things that can add and multiply instead of subtracting and dividing, in the hopes that someone will realize they might not want to do 27 years in prison.
Where we are now, it was a juvenile courthouse that was used to sentence our children to youth authority and to spending time in camp, separating them from their family. Well, now this building on 76th and Central is bringing the youth together and helping them sit at the table and recognize that we don't have to go to war with each other. We're not each other's enemies. Lives have been saved right here in this building. And Second Call has been a major part of bringing the peace here in the building. We don't want to move from the community. We want to improve the community.
That's just how we roll. What it is, how we roll. You know what it is, that's just how we roll. You know what it is, how we roll. What it is, yeah. Top off summer in the wind. You look at me like that again, we make another kid. You my heart, I'm your rib. If I ever had to for you, I would do a bid. And I can tell that you're ready. 3, 2, 1, it's going down like confetti. Water 10 to 1 shots again. If we do it on our phone, promise that we're gonna trend. Ooh, don't kill the vibe. You know what I like, Daddy. Ooh, it's on tonight. I'm talking on sight. That's just how we roll. What it is, how we roll. You know what it is, like that. That's just how we roll. How we roll.
And I'm standing here at 3500 South Normandy Avenue, the Abundant Life Church. And what we do every year, we've been doing it now for about maybe 12 years, we give out turkeys. So today we're going to have over 700 turkeys. We're right here at 35th and Normandy.
Our job and our responsibility is to love people today. Nobody here has been deputized. Nobody is the sheriff. Nobody. Good morning and happy Thanksgiving. My name is Pastor Terry T.J. Coon, Senior Pastor of the Abundant Life Christian Church. And today is a beautiful day. We have turkeys to give out. We have all the fixes to give out. Partnership between the Abundant Life Christian Church and Second Call. We just want to love our neighbors. We want this community to know that there's a God who knows them, there's a God who loves them.
When you grow up in the trenches, it's like society treats you different, man. Like look at you different. It's like, man, when you coming from where we from, man, we were on the come with you. Look. They treat you different when you from the trenches. Bitch, I didn't grow up in no burb, I grew up in the village. Trying to get that shit up off the curb, I turned it to a menace. I wasn't hanging around with no girls, bitch, I was hitting fences. Childhood trauma, take it back to about the age of 9. Gunshot sounding like fireworks on 4th of July. I told my sisters and cousins that we gon' be alright as long as we stay solid, protect each other through eerie nights. Childhood trauma, my mama, she worked a 9 to 5. Still managed to come home and feed us when it was dinner time. Still managed to curve on the visas up in the winter time. So back to school, we was popping like the beginning times. I won't let this childhood trauma try to take me out. It made me who I am today, won't let it stress me out. But babe, I learned from my mistakes, I'ma go another route. Got some cake for a rainy day when it's another drop. Yeah, I grew up in the ghetto, I ain't ashamed of of it. And I struggled on different levels, I got my pain from it. Niggas that die tryna live this life, tryna build a name from it. I hope I make it out alive, I ain't the same from it. I grew up in the ghetto, I ain't ashamed of it. And I struggled on different levels, I got my pain from it. Niggas that die tryna live this life, tryna build a name from it. I hope I make it out alive, I ain't the same from it. 100 rounds, 100 shots, aim it at your block. Them twisties on your head to make you rock. And through the bomber clock, that's word to Allah, me father. If the drama fold, I swear they